I just made a noise complaint via the internet.
much
Bullshit.
like the internet made a complaint about this very scene right here.
Man, what the hell is happening here?
A man being alive, that's what's happening here.
I swear one of those guys are Jeff Hardy.
I swear the guy in the blue dressed like Elvis is the honky tonk man.
Today, that is the Honky Tonk Man, guys.
And unfortunately, Marcus, this isn't the thumbnail. Today's thumbnail is this. You guessed
Really?
it. You guessed it in the pre-show, but I thought it was funny because it explains the show perfectly.
I knew it. I knew Bliss never gets a pass. No matter what
Basically,
segment she is, she's going to be
in
number
this
one.
situation, you and Eric are Tamina and the Natty. Like, Manny, really, again, Alexa Bliss? And then I am Alexa Bliss in this situation with, like, I'd fucking do it again. So, of course...
Which one?
Go on.
Wait, who's who? Wait, who am I?
You're either Tamina or Natty. In this situation.
I guess I go with Tamina. Yeah, it could be Natty. A little old woman.
And then, so I've got some stuff. So obviously I've got this. Just because.
Yeah.
Some Backlash stuff.
Okay.
Got Rhea, obviously retaining.
Yeah. I feel like there was no way you were going these other routes. There was no way.
Well, I could have gone thick thighs.
You have these images, but you know deep down in your heart there was no way it was going to be Rhea or Bianca. They weren't beating out Bliss.
I could have gone thick thighs right here. I had to conclude the suit.
Yeah, that amazing suit. Don't even know where the suit begins and the shirt ends. Just all of it was just like, what is that? I'm ending the show. That's what this outfit is.
That is a main event suit.
Yeah, that is. I'm in the main event. All right, I'm showing out.
No,
I just enjoy this picture.
Yeah, there's so much joy in this picture. Yeah, this picture happened. How did I get here?
Who's in that? Is that Bobby?
It's Kofi, but like he's obviously like
he seems to be enjoying this dive. Oh, he looks like he's about to fall into that table face first. Bobby sidesteps him. Like, sorry, you're dead, man. You're dead. That's why we don't do dives.
And of course, this is where I said to myself today, I've gone too far. But I'm happy with myself. I was sitting in my chair at 5 o'clock, getting prepared for the show. I obviously just finished work, doing the thumbnails. Obviously, yeah. I know I've gone too far.
That is a new limit to this, but I think that should have. Wait, is this the actual thumbnail or no? This is the thumbnail.
No, I wish this was the thumbnail. I feel like it would get taken down if this was the thumbnail. You mean Black Draw? Happening.
Let's talk about pro wrestling.
Yeah, so I know I've gone too far, but this is the first thing I thought of when I saw this image. I was like, these are how all these movies end or begin.
I thought that was the return of the whole train, and I thought in honor we were getting them as thumbnail.
That would have been incredible if that was Return to the Whole Train and we got the actual music. That
would have been great.
That would have been great. Let's hit the intro.
I'm Shotzi Blackheart, the ballsy badass, and you are watching the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. Remember to like the video and subscribe.
Hey. Oh, check out Marcus and Manny show.
off right now. You guys are ridiculous.
Bonus, Alexa Bliss, gimmick stealer.
I mean, she's even taking a theme song, not since the Funkasaurus. Has everybody been so offended about just stealing music when Woods took his? Like, she took the fire for like Funhouse music and everything. She's even like, I don't know, Bray never invited people into his Funhouse, for an interview. Just ripping people off. How dare she?
Welcome everyone to the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. I am, of course, Lord Manny Hayes, and I'm joined by.
No. Who are you joined by? As I look in the background, I see John Cena, Manny.
Who?
John Cena. I can see him.
I don't know who you're talking about, Marcus. Where? I don't see anyone. I do not see anyone. Who are you talking about?
I can see him. You can't
Who are you
see
talking
him.
about? I can't see it.
Manny, I see dead people. All right, I'm Marcus the Grand Finale, and Manny seems to be extremely excited with his new best friend, John Cena.
This is the whole reason I wanted to do this show standing up. There was no other reason for me to do it. So obviously we're dealing with Marcus and his neighbors right now.
Jesus Christ.
Playing trash music. We're probably going to get copyright strike for trash music. But
yeah, just playing trash music. Bring about the internet for this trash ass music that's playing.
But we ain't making money for them to even claim any money. So let's get into it. Last Sunday was WrestleMania Backlash, where we opened with Charlotte versus Asuka versus Rhea Ripley. What did you think of the match, Marcus?
I thought it was a good match. The right person won. I'd seen no reason to take the belt off Rhea at all. I mean, I could think of a million reasons to take it off, but I felt like the right person won. I knew Asuka was taking the pin from the word jump because Charlotte don't eat nobody's pins on pay-per-view. But it was a good opener. Really solid match.
I thought the opener was really good. The only thing I didn't really understand was how Charlotte was unable to break up that pin. Like, she was the one that kicked Asuka. I don't understand how she fell off the right apron and was unable to break off the pin.
She suddenly got dizzy, Manny, and didn't know where she was at. She fell off the apron and was like, oh. I don't know. She just didn't make it back in, and I felt it was just that she didn't make it back in. I never questioned why she didn't make it back in. I just went, well, she didn't make it back, and she looks extremely frustrated. I want to say her 101 Dalmatian outfit, though, was really nice. She was really full Cruella de Vil.
I thought it was Cruella de Vil, but when someone posted it, I instantly thought it was just a cow.
Why is she dressed up as a cow? Man, he's looking around like she's milking this shit. That's why.
So we get the Mysterios versus the Dirty Dogs. This initially started off as a handicap match. As the Dirty Dogs in what I felt was racist. You don't belong here, boy. And beat up Dominic in the back.
See, there's part of it where you could say it's racist, but however, I want to say it wasn't. It was just because he was young. And I was disappointed with Dominic's outfit. As Rey Mysterio was dressed as Batman, Dominic should have definitely dressed up as Robin. I don't understand his outfit tonight.
Well, I feel like he did dress up as a type of Robin, but he just wasn't matched to the Robin that was Rey's Batman.
He should have had green tights and red. I didn't get the Robin vibe from him.
I got the way Dominic was dressed felt like Batman Forever Robin rather than Batman the TV show from the 60s. Adam West Batman.
Maybe Dominic was like, do you see me, man? I wear Louis Vuitton everything. I can't dress up as no Robin. I look like a bitch. I can't do that. Can't be a bitch. We're going to be tag team champions, Dad.
Well, so they obviously win. This match felt really long. It started off as first part was a handicap match, and then Dominic made his way out, and then we get a regular tag match in the worst frog splash since since Sasha Banks.
Yeah, but I think everybody should stop doing the frog splash when you have Montez Ford doing the frog splash. It makes everybody else look like trash.
Thing is, Dominic's frog splash hasn't been that bad. It was only this one that looked terrible.
Yeah, but he needs to stop. He needs to come up with his own finisher.
He did look like a boy amongst men.
Yeah,
even though he's taller than Ray, he did look like a boy amongst men. Yeah, he did look like a boy amongst men.
He looked like Omos in there. But it was I thought it was a really good match. It was long, but it was still really good. It told a really good story of the father-son finally get it and overcoming all this adversity. And Dirty Dogs actually felt like a real tag team until they lost.
Yeah. And then we get The Miz versus Damian Priest in a handicap match.
Oh my God. This is it.
With the zombies.
This is it. This is the one that set the internet ablaze.
This was obviously a cross promotion with Batista's new movie, Army of the Dead. It was not good, but I've seen worse.
I have seen worse, but oh my God, I can't even think. What the fuck? I have seen worse.
I need to ask you this question.
Okay.
You're a wrestling promoter. A movie producer comes up to you, goes, Marcus, I need you to promote this garbage film, but I'm going to sell it to you as the best thing ever. And I will give you, let's say, $500,000.
Whoa. You don't know if the Army of the Dead is going to be a garbage film. It might be okay. But yeah.
I'm gonna give you $500,000 to promote this on your pay-per-view.
Well, I'm a sellout.
So would I. I would take the money. Anyone that wouldn't take the money and claims that they have integrity are fucking liars.
But the thing is, according to reports, this has nothing to do with the promoters. This is probably a Vince idea. Like, just throw the fucking zombies on here. This seemed random, Manny. This seems so random. The feud never built to this being an ad match for anything. This is like, you've seen like the Godzilla versus the Jurassic Express match. They didn't dress in a dinosaur. Well, Luchasaurus is technically a dinosaur, but it just seemed like this was not the way to go. This is not the way to go, and a lot of it made no sense. The John Morrison segment of him just being eaten alive, but him returning on Monday this week, none of it made sense. There were parts of it that I did laugh at and enjoy because I was like, they're lumberjacking hard though.
So the news came out just about maybe a few hours ago. The Miz actually tore his ACL in this match and finished the match. I think it was coming off a dive done by a priest where he landed on his knee. He was able to finish the match. He looks like he's going to be out for a few months. ACL is normally about nearly a year, isn't it? ACL.
Yeah.
We got a comment in the chat. WWE said Blood and Guts set the business back 30 years, but they pulled this zombie shit. I'm not going to defend them on that. I am going to say because I didn't necessarily I wouldn't necessarily agree with Blood and Guts setting the business back 30 years.
I thought aspects of Blood and Guts set the business back 30 years. So I think camera angles and stuff.
I think the production set the business back probably about 30 years, but the actual in-ring wasn't that bad. Yeah.
But those reports are just from random people, right? Like,
there's no guarantee who actually said it.
There's no face on who did that.
Yeah, there's no guarantee who actually said it. The actual reports just say somebody.
Come up with a name. When you do stuff like that, just come out with a name on who in WWE management. For all you know, whether it's Vince McMahon, Triple H, Stephanie, or fucking Jamie Noble, for all I care. Or it could have been some random dude going like, that's been back 30 years. I hate this shit. I would like to have a name and face on there if you're going to attach yourself to that. So, yeah. But WWE has been doing shit like this for years. They've done trash zombie segments.
I'm not even surprised.
They've done trash zombie segments before. Or, the Fiend segments. Or, goddamn everything involving, Papa Shango back in the day or whatnot. They've done random shit like that before.
Well,
Like
if
to
you're
say that
gonna
this is the pinnacle of like WWE doing some shit. Nah, it's been worse. It's
no,
been worse.
actually, do you know what was worse? The Alexa Bliss thing at WrestleMania.
Yeah, with
Because
the pipes cut out of the box.
yeah, that didn't even make any sense, and they didn't even clarify it the next night.
Yeah. So they've done worse. Or even the Randy Orton and the Fiend original match, or Bray Wyatt original match, the House of Horrors and whatnot, and they did the images in the ring. That was trash. So, and I feel like that stuff was a lot worse. This is a cash grab that clearly became a cash grab when Damian Priest decided to do his fucking Archer of Infamy thing, and it went Army of the Dead. I got But
I'm not gonna lie, that movie does look alright. But the fact that someone came out Batista was the funniest thing ever.
The tweet, Batista sent his buddies, and Batista had to release like, I didn't book this shit. Don't get on me. But it seems like it was complete trash, and it didn't make a lot of sense. But it was for a segment that didn't matter, because I honestly didn't care about Damian Priest and The Miz and their lumberjack match. There was so much else on this card that was worthy of like, oh, okay, that it didn't ruin the show for me. For a lot of people, this killed the show and killed the business of wrestling. Nah, I've seen worse. I've literally seen worse every single week. When you watch something like on Impact and they do something like Russell House, utter fucking trash, or just so much other stuff. Like, this wasn't the be all end all of, this is the end of the business.
Interestingly, so as we were just talking, I get a notification on the iPad coming from WrestleTalk.com. Mainstream media dubs Backlash zombie match the saddest WWE moment ever. And the source is the New York Post.
Wait, the saddest WWE event ever? Owen Hart died on a pay-per-view, and they continued the show.
True, that's true.
If that's not a lower point in WWE history, then I don't know what is. Okay? Don't give me that shit. The saddest moment in WWE history.
And then we get Bayley versus Bianca Belair. Another good match.
Yep.
Another good match. Thick thighs winners once again.
I didn't even notice her earrings at SmackDown the first time. Never noticed that.
They didn't always used to say that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about for this outfit and stuff. I didn't notice that the first time. But yeah, this was a good match on a show that had, I only think the only thing that was bad on this show probably was the zombie thing. Everything else, everybody put in good work and was quality.
No, the pay-per-view was good. I'm not giving nearly as much credit to the Mysterios and Dirty Dogs, but everything but the lumberjack match was really good on this pay-per-view.
And even the zombie match had moments where I was like, "What the fuck?" and I was interested in it. And I'm saying it made the match, sadly, made the match more interesting when I have been without the zombies and lumberjacks.
To be fair, though, there was a moment in that zombie match where I thought, you know what, Marcus might be right, because you said on Saturday on the Sharpshooters Wrestling podcast, make sure you check that out. What in an alternate universe? What if the Miz ditched Morrison and then teamed up with Damian Priest, and it looked like it was going that way?
Yeah. And, it sucks that the Miz got hurt in this one. And, he's one of those wrestlers that never got hurt or whatnot and got criticized for being too safe. But it sucks that this is the match he goes out on. But in hindsight, he is written off because he was eaten by zombies. So somehow that magically worked out, which is disgusting.
He'll never be the same again. As Lawrence said, he'll never be the same again. So another great match, but apparently was supposed to be the main event. Braun Strowman versus Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley. There was moments in this where I thought Braun might be the guy. They made Braun look like a superstar. These two actually made Braun look like a superstar in this match.
Hold on, Manny. I know the answers for Ray Phoenix and Solo something, but Braun Strowman diving off the apron, I have to ask, Manny, how do you think it had died?
Spectacular. Spectacular.
I don't know if he did a blockbuster and they missed him, or was it a cannonball roll? I don't care. It just looked like, to me, you may have saw Braun Strowman dive up the ropes, but I saw Ray Phoenix busting his ass on the rail. So he dove off that rope.
Just remember, every time Ray Phoenix does that, he does that for you, Marcus. I feel like you're the only one that appreciates when he does that. What did you think? What did you think of the spot where the Claymore into a powerbomb through the announce table? I thought that was sweet.
That was sweet, and there was just a lot of impressive things of strength and agility, and it was like the three best big men in the game today, putting on why they're the best three big men in the game. Like, this was a hell of a match. I didn't really care for the ending.
Did you not notice the aesthetics that I feel like they on purpose brought the smallest wrestler possible to make these three look even taller.
Maybe I didn't even pay attention to the ref.
I did. Do you know when they were doing the ring announcements, and they were all standing there, and the ref held the belt up. I was like, this guy is tiny.
But I didn't really care for the finish of, like, Bobby Lashley coming in the air, just getting the spear and winning and throwing Drew out. Yeah, it made sense. Yeah, I didn't see it. I honestly didn't think about him coming in at that very moment for some reason. But I've seen that finish before so many times in triple threats, where the guy comes in, it's like, whoops, and then comes in and gets their finisher or the pin, whatnot. It was very similar to me than the Rhea and Asuka match, and it's like the same finish. So I was like, they went that route.
And then we get Cesaro versus Roman Reigns. Throughout the night, we had Jimmy and Jey Uso and their nonsense. But I didn't understand. I'm not sure if you watched it in your watch through, where Jimmy walks to Roman's locker room, and you get you get some long pandering shot of the back of Jimmy Uso. Do you know on the back of his shirt it says Jimmy Uso?
Yes.
I feel like it felt like 5 minutes, but it maybe been like 30 seconds to a minute of Jimmy Uso, the camera pointing directly on his back where it says Jimmy Uso as he walks into that locker room, turns the corner, and then talks to Jay, still going on about we could have our own locker room. It could say tag team champions. The Usos.
I got that. I saw that. And then he's like, "Oh, you want to be somebody, bitch?" And then Jay was just really upset, like, "Ugh, fuck you, man. I ain't nobody, bitch, but I am,
And then before the match, Roman was like, "Your son sound like your brother. Maybe you should go with him."
Yeah, Roman is such a dick, and he goes out there and he has this match with Cesaro, and it's just fantastic. And I like just little stuff, and him looking into the camera. It's like, DB, I got this from you, DB. He's like breaking Cesaro's arm, and he's just talking shit.
This match was great. Like in so many ways. I feel like we should have done. I don't think it would score very highly star rating if we did a run in the review, but it definitely nailed in-ring story. I'm not sure about atmosphere because the atmosphere was kind of ruined by the zombie thing earlier in the night. But like, I still feel like on the Meltzer scale, which we don't really care about, this is at least a 4.25.
Yeah, I'm in a vein of a 4-star, if not 5-star. The reason I can't give it more is because I never believed at any point Cesaro was winning.
No,
at any point. But it was still a fantastic match. Just whether it's Roman and his in-ring dialogue, when he gets all aggressive and he's pounding Cesaro, the arm selling. I don't even know what really happened to Cesaro's arm, but it looked like he really had damage and stuff.
But it leads to question
uppercut reversal and hit.
It leads to question: who is the guy? It has to be Seth at this point, right?
Who's going after Roman?
Who's gonna dethrone Roman?
I don't know. When I saw Seth attack Cesaro, I don't understand why that was the end of Backlash. I felt like that shouldn't have been. They didn't feel like it. I feel like the end could have just been with Roman and getting the lay, talking about he's the tribal chief and just ending with that, or maybe add some more Uso drama. But Seth beating up Cesaro and then him being a heel and then going after Roman, I don't see how that benefits anybody of those two heels clashing.
Well, obviously the story with Cesaro is not over, but it does lead. I think what maybe we get is more Uso and Roman drama going on. Maybe we get Jimmy versus Roman.
Who enters Hell in a Cell with Roman? Who's going to Hell in a Cell with Roman? I was thinking Jimmy Uso and Roman Hell in a Cell because they already did Jay.
I think maybe Jimmy. I think maybe Jimmy and Roman, because then that gives you more time for Seth and Cesaro at Hell in a Cell. It probably won't be in a Hell in a Cell match, but they'll have a match at Hell in a Cell, and then we establish the next challenger for Roman. I'm assuming the winner out of Seth and Cesaro will be the next one to challenge Roman leading into SummerSlam.
And considering Hell in a Cell has been moved up and replaced, I guess, Money in the Bank this year, because I'm assuming they had no idea what they were going to do with Money in the Bank anyway. Like, who's going to that shit? Fuck it, we're bumping Hell in a Cell up.
I think they're waiting for Money in the Bank to be with fans. I'm guessing.
Yeah. And I feel like Hell in a Cell is going to be Charlotte and Ripley, and then that's one, and then the other one's Roman and whoever.
No, I thought the match between Asuka and Charlotte was who was going to face Ripley over Hell in a Cell.
Was it? Oh, I didn't know it was the number one contender. I
thought it
had implications.
Yeah,
I feel like in that time frame that something's going to happen. It's going to be Charlotte and Ripley, because the feud, even though Asuka won. And I know we jumped into Raw already, but even though Asuka won, I feel like she's the one who's going to challenge Ripley. Because I feel like that's the feud. Asuka just seems like she's thrown in there and being a foil, but maybe Asuka gets a match on Raw against Ripley again, and loses, and then Charlotte challenges, say, all right, you can fight me at Hell in a Cell.
Possibly. I feel this is all leading towards SummerSlam, to be honest.
But since we jumped into Raw, we may as well start Raw on a positive note. That was a hell of a match between Asuka and Charlotte.
Yeah, it was really good. What I wrote in the notes was I'm not a big fan of them constantly giving me this match. Like, they always deliver, but like the more you get it, the less special it feels.
Yeah, but it never feels like the same match. Like, I've gotten it, like 800 times or whatever. It probably like 4 or 5 times. But every time I get it, I'm never disappointed, or it never feels like the same match. I feel like they deliver, and it gets better and better each time.
It's just proof why they are the top tier of the Raw Women's Division. Not like it takes much to be top tier in the Raw Women's Division, but I digress. Because this all started with the bottom of the barrel antics happening at the back, where they're all pursuing their chances of being tag team, the next challenges for the tag team titles.
None of them deserves it, Manny. None of them deserve it. Manny Rose and Dana Brooke have lost so many times and have even walked out on their own matches. And then you got Lana and Naomi, and I go, what are they doing other than TikTok in the back?
And then when Charlotte put them in a place of like, all of you suck. Get out. Go talk some business.
Yeah. I need why am I blanking out her name? I read everything. I'm blanking out her name. Evolution.
Eva Marie.
To really shape this division out, all right?
She's gonna play. I hope she's playing face, because there's too many heel role models right now. And the fact that she's playing the super role model, you can't be the third heel role model in the current industry right now.
Manny, with all due respect to Eva Marie and everything she's doing, I'm going to look you in the eye and the entire world and say that bitch can't be no face. So these vignettes are making her the most heelish and arrogant person, even though I feel like everybody is doing that role. She is definitely a heel. Definitely a heel.
Speaking of faces and heels, AJ Styles versus Elias. It looks like I didn't care. The match was good for what it was. I didn't care for the DQ finish.
But I didn't care about this match, and it was. It's solid because it's AJ and Elias. I guess is competent enough to have a good match with AJ, because I don't know if AJ got a bad match with anybody.
Say his name properly.
Who?
Elias.
Elias. I don't know if Elias is the greatest in the ring, but I honestly, when this match started, I was like, I can care less about this. Please don't.
But
I can do without.
Are we looking at an AJ Styles Omos face change?
It felt like that, right? When they were fighting this team. The problem is Omos is so slow and he's chasing people and they were taking advantage of it. Like Riker's like, I'm just gonna rub up the rep, and Omos is like, I'm gonna walk slowly up here, and then they're like, I'll beat the shit out of AJ. Omos can't get back here, and it's like,
which I feel like makes sense. It makes sense if the direction is these two are face, and then Randy and Riddle are heels.
Are they heels?
Well, it seems like it was leaning towards that direction as we go into the back, where Riddle's in the back stating he sent New Day a letter by a pigeon, pigeon mail.
Yes.
He said he had a two-headed snake to show them. Turns out he also lied to Randy, saying that they were meeting Pierce. But he brought them there in the spirit of friendship.
Yeah.
And he wants to make a party of 4 and asked Randy to apologize to the New Day, which Randy says no. And I'm getting bored of Kofi just constantly going, wow. It's like, enough, Kofi.
No, but I enjoyed the moment of him and Randy Orton's like, we ain't gotta wait 10 years like last time. We can do this shit tonight. All right, I know Tyler Pierce. Like, it looked like they were legit ready to fight right there. And I was like, oh man, this is boiled over. Normally they wait 10 years after a fight for you to have a match. Now they couldn't just take another night with each other. But one thing I thought about, and I know I'm going backtrack, but I'm seeing all these tag teams and stuff, I was thinking, what happened to the Viking Raiders? And then you see them later on in the Lumberjack match. And I was like, man, they had 2 weeks of returns. And then Vince was like, it's the same as he got last time with him. I'm bored with these guys already. Just like that, flashbacks. Who are these? Oh, yeah, I don't like these guys. That's according to Vince.
So Kofi, after whiling out, says he wasn't going to even accept his apology anyway. Riddle says that it's just Randy being Randy, but Kofi tells him to wake up before he's on the receiving end of an RKO. So Randy versus Kofi, another decent match. Woods talking to the camera once again, says legend beats legend killer, then proceeds to distract Randy, allowing Kofi to pick up the win. And then Riddle at the end of the match shoves Woods. Which I feel is the heel turn.
Yeah, maybe. I think it was just a little bit of. I don't think you're turning Riddle and Randy heels. I feel like it's a comedy. I couldn't imagine Riddle being a heel. Like, he's annoying and whatnot, and he is that idiot kid. But I feel like it's in all good nature. It's all good nature. I can't imagine him being a heel.
Okay, so I'm doing this in a weird order. But I'm leaving the Lashley stuff.
It don't matter. It's Monday Night Raw, baby. We can do whatever we want.
I'm leaving the Lashley stuff to the end. So we get Alexa's Playhouse with Tamina and Natty.
The workhorses. That's the workhorse title right there. It means you're showing up on every show. I don't think
Tamina's body will be able to handle this, you know.
This is her last run, all right? This is old woman Tamina. If you know the story of Old Man Logan, this is old woman Tamina in a new generation. Yeah, she's gonna go through it, and yes, her claws may not come out like they used to, and she may not be able to jump on you like she used to, but she's gonna find a way to do some gritty, scrappy work.
So obviously Alexa congratulates them for winning the tag titles. Lily wants to know what their favorite color is, which Tamina chooses violence, threatens to paint Alexa black and blue. Which Alexa said she is lucky Lily likes her and how she beat up Reggie last week, wishing them good luck as they will be watching.
Does that mean Reggie's the target? I feel like that's what it came down to, because remember she came out and said there's one of you guys I plan on taking out or have a special interest. Is it Reggie?
I feel like it's Reggie.
Because she enjoyed watching Reggie get beat up. So it turns out Lily's a racist.
Yeah, and then Lily also tried to burn Reggie and his dreads for attempting to get involved in this match. as Tamina and Natty hit the heart attack for the win.
Yeah, I thought we were done watching Shayna and, taking pins and shit, but I feel like it's going to continue. I feel like they're still going to show up on SmackDown, too. Like I feel like they're not leaving anytime soon.
Marcus, there was one thing in this match which I needed to see. I needed the outcome, and I didn't know what was going to happen. Nia Jax went to climb that top rope. Were you not as surprised as me to want to see what the end result might have been?
I felt disaster. I felt like the Nia meter that's been at like 12 weeks without incident would have come to an end at that very moment, because she would have either hurt herself or whoever she was gonna, I'm gonna say, fall, not jump on.
So we get a squash match between Angel Garza and Drew Gulak, where Gulak basically eats another loss, and then Gulak eats a rose again, but this time with his mouth, not his anus.
Not anally. No rectal bleeding after this one. Do you think they're actually going to do anything with Garza, or if you get these small victories and it's just not going to amount to nothing?
He just doesn't seem to have the same thing to him. I know he's got a different edge to him, but when he was the Lothario, he seemed to have more to him than whatever's going on now, where he shoves roses.
He's the Lothario now. He's still the Lothario. He's
no, man.
Lothario.
No, the whole thing about when he's gonna lose his trousers in this match was always the funniest part.
I feel like he peaked in NXT when he was fighting Leo Rush, and that seems like forever ago. And it seemed like this is gonna be the next guy, and then Vince McMahon got him, and they never did anything.
Actually, no,
he was caught up in that ridiculous Andrade.
He peaked then. He peaked in March after WrestleMania. No, April after WrestleMania last year.
Yeah, but he wasn't really doing much. He was just taking pins. I feel like the NXT run, he was actually winning, and he was Cruiserweight champion. Got to propose to his girlfriend, who became his wife. Or this is fiance. I don't know if they ever got married, to be honest. I never followed up. I never did a follow up and see if that ever worked out for him. But I hope it works out for him, because I think the guy has something. It's just just whatever.
We get a carry on from a match from the kickoff show on WrestleMania Backlash between Ricochet and Sheamus. We learn that Ricochet likes to follow in stereotypes, where he steals Sheamus's coat and hat back.
Yes, yeah.
And I got more annoyed about this because this is a Jake Paul thing.
He stole his hat. Yeah, it was a Mayweather thing.
Yeah, got your hat.
I told you, I got your hat. But you know what? I was so happy that Floyd just laid it in on him. And it's so some of the fight in which you go like, I can't wait to see Mayweather just lay it in on him.
But that's the problem. Jake stole the limelight from Logan in this whole thing, because Logan's the one that's fighting him.
Oh yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about that. I'm thinking it's the other way and whatnot, but yeah, you're right. But yeah, either way, Mayweather's gonna mount the floor with all the paws and go through it. He's gonna put paws on the paws.
So this actually wasn't a really bad match. I thought this was gonna be a squash match. But Ricochet got his stuff in, nearly won on several occasions, and then Sheamus hit him with the second most brutal bro kick I've seen in weeks.
All right, Manny, I'm gonna say this about Ricochet. If you can't put him on NXT and you're choosing not to release him, what would you do with Ricochet at this current moment?
Send him to England.
You can't send him to any NXT. That's the rule.
You can't send to any NXT.
No, any NXT.
I don't want him.
He's going to be a main roster stay, whether Raw, SmackDown, and he has to be on your show. What do you have him doing?
I'm moving him to SmackDown because there's rumors suggesting that they're possibly moving Aleister Black back to Raw, because Raw's looking for fresh faces. You know when they have this thing where they look for fresh faces every now and again, and then they revert back to the old faces.
Yeah, we've had these faces all along. Bring in Jeff Hardy. It's like they dig up a show. Who do we have back there?
But where would you put him?
Ricochet, I don't know. I have to find him. He has to find a manager. I may associate him with Bobby and MVP. I feel like that's the only thing. Maybe he'll be the Jimmy Uso for Bobby Lashley, so Lashley doesn't have to always fight all the time. Like, I feel like he's serviceable in that role in which someone could talk for him. He isn't the main guy. Because the thing is with Ricochet is that it's just there's nothing there charisma wise. Like, he's amazingly talented in the ring, but he has no charisma.
No, he has charisma, but it's just he's the type that needs a live crowd. Whereas most people have seemed to excel. Well, some people have seemed to excel with no crowd being there. It seems like he hasn't at all.
True that. Something like that. I don't know where to put him. I just know I don't think he should be by himself. That's it.
Because the whole thing about Ricochet is that when he's in the ring, what he does in the ring is actually impressive. When no one reacts to that, it's just like, oh, he's quite boring if he's not other than that.
Oh, so he's just another Reginald, huh? No, he's far greater than Reggie. But
do you know what? Don't be surprised if you see him in a tag team with Reggie at some point.
That'd be so many flips, Manny. I don't know if I can take it. I'm
gonna call it.
Would go, oh God, I have a seizure.
Note this time, 18th of May, 2021. I called it. Ricochet and Reggie.
The sommelier. Somali Shay. I don't know what they call it. What happened? Oh, yeah. I got nothing else. That's it.
So we mentioned the lumberjack match. The only thing interesting about this is Nikki Cross made a rare appearance on Raw, and then Shelton and Cedric continue, where Cedric later in the night calls Shelton's win loss a couple of weeks ago a fluke. He states the real reason everyone leaves Shelton is because he is worthless, and then Shelton drops him good. Yeah. But I feel like the pain that Shelton felt in that sentence was harsh.
Okay. I thought Shelton, I thought Shelton's getting better on the mic, and I don't know why. I feel like it's too late. I don't think we gave it. Solid.
I don't think they ever really gave him any opportunity to do mic work recently.
Yeah, but I'm just saying the history of Shelton Benjamin, whether he's a gold standard or Team Angle stuff, his mic work has always been just like, ugh. Yeah. But I think lately he's actually really elevated himself on the mic, but it seemed like for what? For the Cedric feud? But with that being said, I thought that lumberjack match was really good. It had a lot of chaos to it. It was the far superior lumberjack match than that shit we got on Backlash. Although I'm going to say they didn't have the back-to-back spot that Miz and Priest had, which was one of my favorite spots of the night when they just said, "Fuck these zombies, man. Let's survive together, man. Let's just survive together." But I saw it was a good match. I don't know what they're gonna do with Johnny Drip now that Miz is gone. Does he go by himself?
He's gotta go by himself. I think Morrison's been held back quite a fair bit being with the Miz.
Yeah,
like I'm pretty sure people like Morrison are happy, are okay in their position. Like I think he's just happy his wife's got a job in the same company now.
Yeah, they're basically close and locals, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
sure. But yeah, good match. And I don't know if Priest, after the match declaring that I may challenge Bobby after he has to put his vest on whenever he talks, which makes me laugh. I said, you know what? I can see that. I can see Priest going after Bobby, and I think that would be a good choice for our next opponent.
So
obviously, other than what happened later tonight.
Yeah. So Lashley enters with his harem of women. So it's at first I thought it was just these two. It turns out it was all of these.
Yeah.
I don't know where MVP found these people.
Here's my question: who picked out the women? Did MVP and Bobby Lashley? I'm talking about full kayfabe. Did they go, Mr. Man? You guys pick out the women you're choosing? Because I feel like if it was Vince, there would be more blondes in there.
Yeah, I think Bobby's been burned by Lana that he doesn't want anyone to resemble them, so he didn't want any of them out there.
This felt like a Bobby and MVP choice. Like, no, we're going to Instagram and we're gonna choose the biggest thoughts in all of Florida right now, and that's local, and we're gonna chase them.
So interestingly, on the mid-card mess, someone did say how many of these actually have OnlyFans accounts, and I replied instantly with, if they don't have one, they have one now.
I mean, some of them are giving MVPs awards. My question: I enjoyed the women, and I'll tell you my favorite part of these women. I'll tell you, looks aside, when Drew McIntyre came in and hit Bobby Lashley, and they did their scream, and they slowly got out the ring because they didn't want to trip and fall on their heels. Well, and it make it seem like it was chaos. Was hilarious because they were like, and just slowly walking off the ring. I died laughing, going like, some chaos. But these bitches they ain't falling down. They ain't falling down. But it was hilarious. Oh no. But so, I hope the whole trade / the OnlyFans crew, Bobby's OnlyFans account, follows him every single week. To give him a big deal type of feature.
I looked it up, said MVP brought the thought train.
No. Every week I want them. I want them here every week, and I want them to run away whenever there's violence. Oh God, violence! Slow motion walk.
So obviously we've made reference to the Open Challenge, but we learned later in the night that it wasn't for the WWE title.
Oh man. Because Kofi was like 2 times playing. Kofi was like 2 times. And he's like, hold on, Kofi. The title is not alive. Which is an old bait and switch that heels have done. And I always enjoy when they do it. When they say, this will be a good match. But it will be a non-title match.
I like when they went to break. I loved when they went to break and they actually replayed the opening segment where they didn't even mention it was going to be a title shot.
Yeah, that they had to go back to. It was like, no, we didn't tell you that. Maybe some people were complaining. It was like, oh, they're ripping us off. But no, instead of coming back into the match, we go into the video package where I thought like my DVR had messed up, and I was like, oh shit, did I rewind instead of fast forward? I'm falling asleep. Nope. They just did that in the middle of a match.
So I want to point out. So many people made claim to take this. I can hear that tune now. Trying to make claim to this Open Challenge. Yeah. I was going to ring you at one point when I was watching this morning. Bear in mind, I was watching this at like 10 a.m. So I don't know what time that would have been for you.
Somewhere at 3 in the morning, where I'm working my ass off and wishing I was dead. At various moments of the night last night, Marcus is going like this. If this finger actually had bullets right now.
If it turned out...
It would be a good way out.
So Dio Madden and Dijak issue threat to Bobby Lashley on the championship.
Yes!
If Dio Madden got a title shot at Bobby, I was gonna call you and I've told you there's no show today and there's probably no show ever again.
If Dio Madden would have walked out there, I would have said that would have been the worst of the zombies. Because Dio Madden is the equivalent of being worse than the zombie horde. Okay, guys? Again, there was worse things than the zombie in wrestling. We had to watch Great Khali matches and Giant Gonzalez matches, and we had to watch Dio Madden do stuff. There's been worse things in wrestling than those zombies. And I don't mean in wrestling, I mean in WWE.
But I enjoyed this Kofi Bobby Lashley match. I just hope that they take this seriously and this isn't the end of Kofi because it's time. Because I feel like it's time for Drew to step away from the title picture for a bit. He's been in it since the Royal Rumble last year.
Yeah, he was champion when he was fighting Sheamus, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he needs a regular feud, and I don't know who that person would be. I just think it needs to be maybe a new up-and-coming heel. Maybe if they plan on moving people around and they do move Aleister Black to Raw, and him and Drew McIntyre would be a pretty good feud. Yeah,
I just think Drew's had his time for an entire year. He's carried the company. Let him rest a bit for his inevitable title reign again to happen. Let it mean something. He's just been in and out of the title picture. It gets a bit tiring.
Yeah. I'm hoping Bobby gets a new opponent. I hope Kofi is his new opponent. Because it would be a nice callback. And I feel like they were working pretty good in the main event together, and it did feel a little fresh than seeing
And
Drew
I
and
need
whoever.
Bobby to destroy Xavier Woods.
Yeah, and
He
I
needs
can
to be
imagine
stopped.
the mic battles between Woods and MVP is worth it for the price of admission.
Yeah,
They're still
but
talking trash.
I feel like Woods needs to be put in his place. He's been stepping out of line recently.
He got thrown out of this match. The referee finally did his job and threw Woods out of here for his antics. He did the horror with the Randy Orton match, which cost Randy Orton, and then he tried to do it again, the Lashley match, and the referee was like, I don't care what your PhD says. This is not psychology sound. You need to get out of here.
He doesn't even have a PhD.
Oh, yeah. He's working on it still.
No. I think the school was stealing from him, wasn't it?
Oh, I don't know.
They were stealing money from him because it was an online university.
Oh. Well, then. He's lost it all.
El Luchador says they treat Kofi like leftovers and heat him up whenever they need a good hot meal. I don't think that. That's kind of true. I just don't want to believe it.
Yeah.
Because I like Kofi.
Yeah.
I like Kofi.
But it's the truth in which Kofi can turn it on and off whenever they need him to do. Whether you need him in the mid-card or tag team division, or if he's going for his heavyweight push. Like, whenever he was talking to Bobby, it felt like, this is main event Kofi right now we're getting. And we got him throughout the show. And you just feel that it was main event Kofi, the way he was talking to Orton and the way he came at Bobby. And, it was like, it was an elevation of like, all right, we got to push him again. Which is to me proof that there's no such thing as anybody ever being buried, because all you got to do is say, you're in the main event now. And those people turn it on at that very moment.
Is it time? Kofi kicks Woods to the curb. We end the New Day completely. And we get Big Money Kofi Kingston.
Get Big Money Kofi Kingston on the show for the big money matches, yeah.
Blood fire.
I don't do Backlash, okay? I don't do Backlash. I only do WrestleManias and SummerSlams. Okay, mama. Come on, me only do Survivor Series, man. But I would be for it. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn what people would think about it. I would be 100% for it. By the way, if you want to complain about zombies, Apollo Crews is doing a bad Nigerian accent and holding the spear. You want to talk about bad things in WWE? That's happening.
I'm surprised. Do you know what? I'm surprised we haven't got nearly as many people saying that's racist at this moment in time.
You want to know why no one's saying it?
Because he's on top and he's champion at the moment?
He's on top. He's the champion. And this is the best they've ever used Apollo and the best he's ever been on the mic. As sad as it's been, as terrible as it's been, as racist or whatnot, this is as good as it's ever been for Apollo, whether it's NXT to now.
Do you know, I've been standing up for 50 minutes now.
John Cena is now behind you. And I'm getting creeped out more every time he's behind you.
I don't know who you keep talking about. I don't see no John Cena.
He's there. I see him, okay? If there's anybody else, please. I'm going to get under a blanket. John Cena. At the end of this episode, you find out Manny was dead all along.
Yeah, I've just been a figment of everyone's imagination.
I've just been talking to a blank room, set it up like, oh, he's fucking crazy. That's why we get 66 views. Although I think that show will get more views than any other show on the Shadow, of me in one box and me talking to an empty box and me just talking and spewing hate or love or whatever, and then me going, what did you think about that? The box says nothing, and then I respond.
Do you know what that would be like? It'd be like that. Have you ever just not waited? Have you ever watched a child watch Dora the Explorer and how long they wait for them to actually respond?
That in Blue Clues. What is this? Huh? Do you see anything? Do you see anything, Blue? That is a clue. That someone's playing the music goddamn loud. It's pause. Blue! The number yellow.
Just think, there could have been a Nia Jax one of these.
This close, Manny. We're gonna fight that for you.
This close. I was gonna buy Alexa Bliss one.
I get the views up.
If we
I would
need,
just have Alexa Bliss would literally be in the box, Manny, and I would say, Manny, can you get out the box? We have Alexa Bliss in your chair, and you just talk.
I talk behind the chair.
Yeah.
No, it'd be like this.
Oh shit! Special guest John Cena on the show.
Hustle, loyal, and respect.
John, I guess you certainly developed a British accent since you've left WWE.
I get really involved into my work. I get I go I don't know what the word is, but I go all in.
You're a method actor.
Method actor, that's what it is.
Yeah.
They didn't teach us that in acting school.
Yeah. What role are you preparing for, John? That requires his accent.
I'm gonna be the butler in the next Batman movie. Oh, I'm not supposed to be letting that out. I'm supposed to be the new Alfred.
You're the new Alfred. John Cena is the new Alfred.
Alfred. And do you know what the surprise is? Batman can't see me.
So he's more psychologically damaged than before.
Yeah, Alfred never existed at all.
So let me get this straight about Alfred, who didn't exist, and Batman raised himself on his money. Your Alfred doesn't exist, but in your mind, as Batman's mind, he's bigger than both Batman and Superman in muscular stature.
Yes, 100%. Because once again, I'm a figment of Bruce Wayne's imagination.
I guess he doesn't have much imagination. My question is, John, will you be turning heel on Batman? Because that's all we want to see is heel John Cena. I know we get heel John Cena in the Fast 9 movie coming out soon, which I don't know if you're 100% in because I've seen the trailer and I just see a car driving itself. But will you turn on, and we find out that Batman is psychologically crazy and you turn on him?
Yes, I'm secretly the Scarecrow at the same time.
So Scarecrow is now yoked out of his mind. Or the fear toxin has made Batman see Scarecrow as a John Cena, his ultimate fear. I can't go over that. He won't put me over.
Nobody gets over John Cena.
Yeah. I can imagine you going, you can't see me, Mr. Batman. Very respectful, too.
As I do, I will be ripping out of my shirt, much like the Hulk. But I realize that is a Marvel franchise and we're in the DC universe. But I'm going to steal it because that's what I do.
All right, my last question is, since you're in this new Batman movie, John Cena, allegedly in this new Batman movie, I feel like Gotham City is a cesspool and a shithole. And there would be a million Make-A-Wish foundations you could do there. But I feel like if you go to the wrong kid, he's going to come back and haunt you and try to kill you and get revenge. Because that's all Batman villains do, is get revenge on whoever screwed them over.
Well, I've been speaking to my good friend, Big Money Kofi Kingston.
Oh.
And he said not to do Make-A-Wishes anymore unless they pay me top dollar. So following my good advice from my good friend, Big Money Kofi Kingston, screw the children. Not literally. You get a lot of trouble for that. But their children can go F themselves.
So don't screw the children, have the children go F themselves. Got it, John. Life lessons from John Cena. Don't touch the kids. Tell them to go fuck themselves.
Yep. And I'm John Cena. You can't see me.
I see. You're right there. You're right there. By the way, I watched Dark Side of the Ring. And he crawls back up. And his knees crack as he gets up.
Do you know I was lying on the floor as I was doing that?
Oh. I was watching Nick Gage's on Dark Side of the Ring, and he robs a bank, and you have Moxley out there, He's like, you guys need to understand something about Nick Gage. The dude comes out in a bandana mask, look like he's robbing a bank every single match. And then the one time he actually robs a bank, he chooses not to wear the mask. He's like, what a fucking idiot. And it's hilarious because just the way he reacts to it. Like, what the fuck is he doing? He's like, that's Nick Gage. Clear as day. He literally looks at the camera. What's he doing?
Speaking of Mox, I just learned he's getting an autobiography. He's not even 40 yet.
Well, you know, The Rock had what, like 20 something with the WWE. It was like, why? He did that. Like that book.
I'm not sure The Rock wrote that
book. No, it was Rock and somebody else, and they called it autobiography. But I'm just saying, like, considering The Rock's career in life, so much after that book came out, you're like, the fuck? Why was this even written? That book is useless. It is utter useless. Like, considering that he's the biggest movie star in the world, he has multiple businesses working for him, and he's done everything that possibly, and the guy's gonna be fucking president. Considering that he had a book at like 20-something years old, which covers his original WWE, I think he has only been champion once. Like, it's like, what the fuck is this even for?
Oh.
And I think Eric bought that book, or somebody bought that book. It's like 12 pages.
12 pages?
No, I know it's probably like 200-300, but it's a very small book. Considering that it came out right after Mick Foley's book, which is like like 600 or 700 pages or whatever. You get The Rock's book, it's like 300 pages. Like, why? Why does this exist?
You know, I just realized I can never do this show like this. I look way lower than you.
Yeah.
I don't look, I'm like 4 foot tall.
Marcus and his little friend.
And all because you seem to see this imaginary person, John Cena.
I'm serious, he's there. I'm not going crazy, damn it. It's not sleep deprivation. He's right behind you. He's there. He's wearing green too. He looks like a man in a booger costume. Come on.
Maybe we should start closing out the show.
Yeah, I need to go to sleep anyway. I got work an hour.
In an hour?
No, not an hour. I'm being exaggerating, but 3 hours I gotta be up. So after watching WrestleMania Backlash, which everybody seemed to feel comfortably into calling it, which I am not. I am not comfortable how everybody was like, oh, it's WrestleMania Backlash now. No, just call it Backlash. I do not accept this. Because next you know, we're going to get WrestleMania Hell in the Cell, WrestleMania Money in the Bank, WrestleMania SummerSlam, WrestleMania. It's going to never end.
Just let some people want it to be Christmas every day. Maybe some people want it to be WrestleMania all the time.
God, it's our 20th WrestleMania this year. What is this one? WrestleMania, Saudi Arabia.
That'd be a good WrestleMania.
Mansoor, main events WrestleMania. I main event at WrestleMania. Oh no, Mansoor got the business this week, and it meant nothing. He's never showing up on Raw again.
Oh, credit to the Lumberjacks, actually. They got it in this week.
Yeah. I'm going to say, these past 2 nights, from Sunday to Monday, we've gotten the best Lumberjacks I've ever seen.
Those zombies did some work.
Yeah, they were impartial. They put the hands on people. Didn't matter who it was. They put in the work. My favorite thing was when Priest hit one of the zombies and the zombies no sold it. He was like, "What up?" I was like, "Oh shit!" Sign that dude.
There was a big boy zombie. There was a massive one.
Sign that one. Someone signed the big zombie. I can't wait for years later when we find out who was a zombie in their WWE Chronicle or 24 or, whatever documentary they put together. It was like, yeah, that was me right there. I know
apparently one was Matt Bloom's son or Prince Albert's son.
Oh, okay. Good for them.
But the big one, I saw the big one shoved one of the other zombies out of the way to like, oh, here it goes. When he stood up to Damian Priest, I'm like, oh, I need to know who that guy was.
That's the next CM Punk right there. That guy changed the business forever. And I went to the documentary where Vince McMahon goes, I knew it right off the bat. That zombie number 14 was going to be the biggest guy in the business. At questions.
At this point, Vince is now like just a floating head in a bubble.
He's just like this. Kill me. Fucking kill me.
No, I want him to be like Zordon.
And Stephanie's like poking her with a stick in the interview. Say something. Say something.
No, he'd be like the heads on Futurama.
Just walk up. Say
Vince will never die.
No.
And on that note,
the saddest note, but Vince will never die.
And on that note, this has been the Entitled Manny and Marcus show. I've been Lord Manny Hayes. He's been a sleepy.
It's the grand finale. Who's going to be doing a noise complaint really soon?
Oh, I thought you sent it.
I did, but I'm going to make a phone call. This like, what the fuck, man? This is crazy. It's just like
old man Marcus is going to make a noise complaint.
Goddamn right. I don't care if it happens in the afternoon, but at 10 in the morning, that is my time. All right.
I kind of want you to bang on the door with like a dressing gown and a shower cap. And a shower cap. With banging on the door with like it's not a loofah, the back scrub.
Yeah.
Banging on that.
You mean loofah on the stick?
Yeah, you're making too much goddamn noise.
It's usually it's trash. Back in my day, we used to play trash like this. We used to play Glass Night the Pips. Man. Mary Wells and shit. Marvin Gaye. Just listen to old talent from back in the day. And Flow Rider. Y'all remember him?
Flow Rider? He can't be a selling point.
Hey, you're old man, you gotta bring up whatever. See now, so me and see now, you gotta remember Flow Rider differently. He was truly an artist.
But as we go off the air, just remember, Alexa Bliss now does boop. It means evil's about to happen. It means evil's about to happen.
Gimmick stiller. As Kenny Omega is the collector of belts, Alexa Bliss collects people's gimmicks.
And don't be surprised if she starts doing V triggers. Greatest wrestler of all time. Just saying it.
My God, that would be the scariest thing in the history of wrestling. Alexa Bliss V trigger. There is no one beating that.
She's got the agility to get that high, so I would love to see it.
V trigger from Bliss, yeah. But I would take her more serious if she was AEW champion than Kenny.
Of course, I take anyone more seriously as AEW champion than Kenny right now.
Yeah. All right, let's wrap this shit up. I'm out of here.